Шановні пасажири, прибуває поїзд Київ.
My name is Jared Malone. I'm the executive director as well as the founder of Project Victory Ukraine. I'm from America. I'm from northern Idaho. The first time I came to Ukraine was in March of 2022, shortly after the Russian invasion. Like everyone around the world, I was watching the invasion on TV. I was watching the sheer scale of the invasion. And it was at that moment that I realized that between my experiences at being a former Marine and combat veteran, a former military contractor, as well as now working as a therapist, that I might have a unique skill set that I could bring to Ukraine to try to help raise money and bring humanitarian aid. Any situation we see where we might be able to potentially partner with someone, when we do go to that children's psychological facility that that's the one we're talking about. Let's ask them, what are your needs? Let's get a list. And the worst thing we can do is ask and they say no. But okay, let's treats for the kids. Who remembers when my friends came and you taught them Baby Shark? You remember? I heard you drew them some pictures. They were so touched by that. Their hearts were so full that my friends went and bought all these art supplies for you. It doesn't take much to bring a smile to a little person's face who's been through unspeakable trauma and is continuing to go through it. And these kids are scared. So to be able to come and just provide a little bit of joy, bring them some arts and crafts, some school supplies, some snacks, some food, seeing that response is what makes everything worth it. Where's Ukraine? Here. Oh, watch me. Bye. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Problems with the Russian tanks. I mean, Soviet ones like 72. From behind, there's almost no armor at all. Machine guns actually penetrate them.
Well, they look like just big frying pans.
That's one of the ones
а потом уже здесь добавлялись локации, уже воин там.
When I first came into Ukraine, I wanted to help start a shelter in Lviv with a local church there. And outside of that, we didn't really have any long-term goals at that time. But we were able to start the shelter, and we were actually able to gain so much momentum, and we were able to get a lot of support that I decided to start the nonprofit of Project Victory. Airbnb, yes! And your home was okay?
Ну, будинок теж підремонтували, так що можна жити.
Дякуємо, Господи. Ми благодарим Тебе за этот день. Ми дякуємо Тобі за цей день. За всі Твої благодіяння. За всі Твої благодіяння. Все добре, що Ти робиш для нас. Все добре, що Ти робиш для нас. Слава Господу. Слава Господу.
Thank you for allowing me to come to the beautiful service today.
Thank you for loving Ukraine and you keep coming.
Yes, sir. Well, it's easy to be inspired by the Ukrainian people.
Yeah. You know, I think they're inspiring themselves too.
Absolutely.
They didn't realize they were so brave. Now they know.
Well, and I love what you said, that hopefully we can turn around and help the rest of the world as Ukrainians now.
Which is very important, yeah.
So we've shifted now. We're helping more hospitals, first responders, and then children and families.
That's amazing.
So that's what tomorrow. We're going to go visit 2 hospitals out in the east that we've been supporting.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
God bless you.
We can head out to Metro.
Let's go to Metro. be fine. Vegetables.
Я только хочу точно убедиться, что это... Please have no idea in terms of shampoo. Well,
What kind you have?
F-150.
у меня можно тоже чуть-чуть снять. Да, это есть.
Ready? Okay. Can I bring my cup?
Может принести ему свою чашку?
Yes. Що делать? Подолати тисячі кілометрів, залишити дружину, двох маленьких дітей, щоб допомагати нам з вами. Так, це про нашого сьогоднішнього героя. Давайте знайомитись. Jared Malone. Jared Malone, welcome.
Привіт.
Привіт. Як виникає це рішення у людини, яка вирішає залишити свою родину і поїхати в країну, де зараз відбувається війна?
Watching hundreds of thousands of Ukrainian men, women, and children fleeing, trying to get across the border, really hit me hard. So now I just am in the process of completing my 5th mission, and at this point we've been able to identify 3 areas that are our scope of work, and that is supporting the first responders in Ukraine, helping hospitals, and then also helping children and families.
See you soon. Thank you. Have a good trip.
Давайте.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Готовы?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Потому что у вас будет мало времени. Вы же приехали на точечно раз, поработали и вернуться в Днепро.
Natasha, hello. How are you? Good to see you.
Здравствуйте, здравствуйте. Очень рада вас видеть.
So happy to see you.
You too. How are you?
Как у вас дела?
Прекрасно.
I am in a position where I can apply for grant money. And obviously nothing's guaranteed, but I would love to hear some ideas, if you had any, on what you could use money here for.
Самая большая моя мечта сделать настоящую реабилитацию, потому что на самом деле в моей стране еще не поняли, что значит посттравматические расстройства. Я вижу этот синдром не только у тех ребят, которые приехали и лечат свои ранения, а этот синдром есть у детей, этот синдром есть у моих сотрудников, этот синдром есть и у очень многих людей, которых я встречаю на улице. Катастрофически не хватает знаний, и хочется их где-то в каком-то месте научить, где им действительно отправить их туда, моих специалистов, где бы им дали эти знания. Потому что очень страшно сделать еще хуже, чем есть.
Okay, so on that, first, I'm in a unique position because I actually suffered from PTSD after all my time in the military. So I've seen war firsthand, and I've taken part in it. And in fact, between my military service and working as a private contractor, I spent about 5 years total in Iraq during the war. I came home with PTSD. I didn't know what it was at the time. I went back and got my undergraduate in psychology and my graduate degree in social work. And that's when I really started to connect the dots of what I believe was going to help other veterans or anybody suffering from PTSD. And that passion is what drove me not only to go into my career, but to bring that to the people in Ukraine as well. Dobrodin, I have special friends back in America, and they made all these blankets by hand. And they want you to pick one out and keep it, because you may not know it, but you inspire us all the way back in America with your big hearts. Okay. Do you want this one?
Хочешь красное?
It's yours.
Да, бери красное тебе. Бочки, да? А это пчелки.
Oh. Do you like this one? Is it soft? Puppies?
Да.
Okay. Do you want puppy paws?
Хочешь с отпечатками лапок?
There you go. Kitties? Okay. Does anybody want a bumblebee?
Кто хочет с пчелками?
How about flowers?
Цветочки, девочка?
Okay. Super. Good. We went and visited 4 hospitals that were in the Donetsk region. One of the hospitals we went to make sure that our logistic plan to get the freights, the medical freights in, was efficient, which it was. And then we also brought surgical supplies to another hospital. We're here in Konstantinivka at the multidisciplinary hospital, and this is our first stop today. But we brought them a bunch of food, we brought them blankets for kids, we brought them some essential supplies that they're going to be using here at the hospital that they requested. So we'll unload here, and then we'll move on to our next location. So we have a medical director in America, and she will actually hold Zoom calls with Ukrainian doctors, and they'll tell her specifically what equipment they need. At that time, she's able to acquire them, whether through donation or we'll purchase the items, and then we'll either ship or bring them in ourselves.
This patient from Bakhmut have a shrapnel wound hand, damage from vessels. Operated, it's now stable.
Super.
This patient have a shrapnel wound from Bakhmut. Yes, operate. Have penetrated on abdomen, a broke hand. From this place, we have a rocket bomb here. Yes, the hospital don't have a damage.
Any strategic military locations anywhere near where that rocket hit?
I don't know.
Trying to do is just gather as much information as I can to take to donors back in America, show it to them so we can keep supplies coming in. So what you're doing is perfect. Thank you. Praveet, hello? Would you guys like to pick out a blanket? Oh, very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Вот эту и вот эту сушилку.
Oh, super.
Вот это ваше.
Super, it makes me very happy.
Well, thank you for your help.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. We're at a point right now where we're working with another nonprofit agency called Project Cure, who provides large shipments of medical supplies. And at this time, Project Cure is in the process of putting together 10 to 15 pallets, all of requested medical supplies that will be going to a hospital in the Donetsk region shortly. We toured one hospital that had been recently hit with a missile, so we can try to lobby for donations to attempt to put that hospital back together so they can operate at 100% capacity.
After a missile hit, a hospital had to face numerous damages and destruction. Military advised us to put sandbags in front of the windows to soften the blow. As a result, the windows blew off during the explosion, but people inside survived. The missile hit was from the side of the main entrance. The doors flew off, but we restored them and there is only small damages in the area. This is the toilet of the reception department, where patients are given anemies as prescribed by the doctor. This is the entrance to the surgical department. The door should be closed. Medical waste is stored here. The room needs to be disinfected, but is currently impossible because the tiles flew off. This is the gynecological ward where the pregnant women were stationed during the explosion. They survived. There are no windows and no doors, but we restored everything with our own materials. There was a tree in this room after the explosion. This is the extra room, although windows were destroyed, so we covered them with a plywood. There should be special openings in the windows for the ventilation. The remote control and cables were broken, but we restored the equipment.
Anytime we have these missions coming into Ukraine, we try to visit as many orphanages as we can, bring them food, clothing, essentials, medicine. Would you guys like to pick out a blanket? Dinosaurs? Do you like dinosaurs? Do you want a blanket? Are you taking care of all these ladies? Guess how many sisters I have back home? 6. And I'm always in charge of taking care of them. Привет. Let's see.
Мы просто регулируем. Давай. Тут печенье. Не любишь? А что ты любишь? Злата.
Hi, Lata.
Привет.
Печенье кому-то нравится из вас?
Try open. We also work with the police as they're able to identify families that are in dire need, and we'll go to their homes and bring them parcel kits, food, anything else they can for their children. Everybody says what a great job you do.
Все говорят, что вы только вам доверять можно, вы все сделаете классно. Просто поблагодарить людей.
Uh-oh, I need help. Who can help me?
Туда, в сторонку. Сейчас мать разберется. Гляньте, вам соли дали.
They can sleep through anything.
8 у меня детей, но они спят.
One more. One more. Oh.
Мое! Спасибо!
Bye. I see victory. It's hard not to see victory. These people are incredibly united, they're passionate, and they care about each other deeply.